It's the Todd and Erin morning stream at Gephardt.com.
It's Gephardt Daily, honey.
I'm just... Who came up with daylight savings time?
You really take this personally, don't you?
It's a personal insult. Every time we spring ahead, it sounds so happy. Spring ahead.
Spring forward, fall back.
Shoot yourself in the head. I don't... The theories behind this, and I've read a bunch of stuff, and they say that farmers can work longer into the day.
Okay.
Which the kids must be really excited
It's like, thanks for that.
And what's the other one?
Well, there was this weird random rumor that it was actually started by Arizona outdoor movie theaters. Remember the old outdoor movies?
They're a powerful lobby.
Apparently they had one because they wanted to be able to show shows longer, but that doesn't make any sense because Arizona is the only state that does not observe daylight savings time.
Then the other theory is that it would save energy.
That would make sense, though, kind of.
They actually have no statistics on that whatsoever.
To back that one up?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
If you look up another article, it says just to torture Todd.
That could be.
Because it's like an hour. First of all, last night we had this super plan. And that was that I was sitting at my computer in the kitchen. Erin's in the other room. And we thought, you know what we'll do?
The kids don't know that it's an hour difference.
They're not that smart. So what we did is we told them that it was not coming up on 9 o'clock.
You got to get ready for bed. We're almost there. And
Erin,
then we're thinking it's almost 8. We got a little extra time there.
Erin and I are looking at each other going, this is a plan.
A master plan.
Except for the fact that we have a wall clock in the kitchen that I kept referring to.
Even though you're right at your computer where the correct time would be displayed right there on your screen, right?
Yeah, so...
Because that's the nice thing about all of us having phones now, that you know, that's your alarm, that's everything. So you wake up to the correct time, unless you're Todd.
So I'm going to take that clock and throw it on the roof because they actually went to bed 10:30 their time.
Yeah, that was great.
That was not good.
And that would be another reason that you're freaking exhausted. I'm so sorry to hear that.
All right, so new spying information, new hacking information.
Well, they had an interview with Kellyanne Conway, and it's interesting. I always suspect maybe there's just a satellite that goes over every now and then, flips the switch in her brain to crazy, and then flips it back again.
Right.
It's just my thought, because they actually did this interview with her at home. It was very heartwarming, you know, meeting the kids, talking to the husband.
Okay.
And then, of course, naturally, it goes to, do you really think that Donald Trump's penthouse in New York City, the phones were bugged?
Right.
And she said, what can I say? There's many ways to surveil each other. This is her quoting. And she said, you can surveil someone through their phones, certainly through their television sets, any number of ways. And then Conway went on to say the monitoring could be done with microwaves that turn into cameras, adding that we know this is a fact of modern life. Microwaves that turn into cameras. Does that mean there's a teeny tiny camera inside the microwave? Does that mean the microwave waves form a television picture in the atmosphere? Does that mean the crazy satellite went over again?
How do you come up with camera in your microwave?
I have to say this. I respect the fact that she said it with complete conviction. Complete conviction.
Well, that's good.
About the camera in your microwave.
Actually, and the other thing that they're adding on to that is the fact that anything that is connected to the internet, like the Watson thing that sits in your house and says, give me the gestation period of a blue whale, that is connected to your internet. And guess what? So aren't whole homes.
Well, yeah, that's exactly all the smart homes that are wired with all the surveillance, the ones that are wired with security, that run sound through every room.
Includes toasters, by the way.
Our toaster
so
is
your
spying on us.
toaster most likely has a camera in it.
It's the toaster that's at fault here.
Right.
Now I will never have bread again.
See, if they ever spied on us, they'd be really bored.
It would be kind of pathetic.
Like the entire time. Last night, something happened in the sky.
Now, you and Zoe were out there lighting up bottle rockets, which is a standard, white trash thing to do on your front lawn.
Just to
We're
tick
proud
off
to be
the
there.
neighbors.
We're proud to be there. You dragged me out to show me. It was incredible.
It was the
such
moon.
A beautiful
the moon
shot.
Was unbelievable that night, and here it is climbing over the foothills.
That's gorgeous. You know, it's interesting. That's the one thing when you see the full moon that always amazes me about. You finally realize how fast the Earth rotates, because you wouldn't think anything as massive as the moon would actually move as you're watching it. And you can, if you're looking at it, with like the mountain range for perspective, you can actually see how fast it goes up.
Yeah.
And that amazes me every single time.
That was really cool.
Also, everyone's going to be crazy for the next day because of the full moon.
And daylight savings time.
Crazy.
More.
Double combination crazy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got the notice from the state. Oh, here it is. It's going to be 70 today. So everyone has permission to wash their cars.
It's now official?
Yes.
That's very cool. 70 all week, too. Now, this is interesting. This was like the wildest weekend I think I've ever seen, because in terms of all of the different festivals and all the things going on of which we were part of, this was craziness.
It was.
The tattoo one, you've had fascination with getting a certain tattoo for a long time now, and I'm
Can you tell them what it is?
If you want.
Okay, so basically what it is, if you speak into the microphone and you're recording it, you have a WAV file, right? And so I wanted to get the WAV file of Erin saying, "I love you."
Now, see, is that the most diabolical thing? Because what kind of a sick wife would say, "No, you can't get that anywhere on your
So
body"?
what do you always tell
that
me?
makes me look like a bad person, right?
So when I say I want to get that tattoo,
I don't want you to get a tattoo.
Right. So.
It's your body. You can do it if you want to. I just
But I
don't want you to get a tattoo.
I could get like that one, "I love you," and then Zoe saying, "I want candy."
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Right? So you go down
What
the
would
list.
be for Zachy? No.
No.
Just no. And the
No.
McLean.
Put seatbelt on. He's really big on that.
Seatbelt on now, yeah.
Yeah.
And the McLeaney's would just be a wild, irrational
Scream.
laughter.
Right. Exactly.
But no, so you went down to the tattoo festival, and this place was amazing. I had no idea how. I mean, it was the entire Salt Palace.
I did not know what to expect.
And?
Here you go.
All right, it's Todd here, and we are at the Tattoo Convention downtown Salt Lake City. I know Erin's going to hate this, but I think I'm just basically looking for a tattoo. And my first thought is to get just a younger me tattoo, but we're gonna go take a look. Follow me. Now, what are you getting on your back?
I'm getting a mandala with a yin yang inside of it.
What stage are we at here?
We're at the lining stage. Is this thing on?
You're a go-getter. You did a lot today. What'd you have done?
I had my front work done for about 4 hours.
How long are you gonna have to keep your wrap on?
I'll take it off as soon as I get back to my room and wash off. And
So you're done with 4 hours.
Yep,
How did everything go?
as expected.
4 hours, right? The first one, what was it? Or what is it?
It is a little black cat.
A little black cat. And from then on, you wanted more?
Yes. Oh yes. It's very addicting.
What was your first tattoo?
I got a tribal piece on my back.
How old were you?
17.
I was 15, and it's a Wile E. Coyote on my back holding a 6-shooter. Cheated and signed my mom's name on the waiver form and got her done.
You know what I always think? I always see these people sitting so still, but really, what's going on in their brain? I shouldn't have done this. This was a bad choice. I want to quit now, but then all my friends will think I'm a wuss. Oh, here he goes again. Oh, wow, look at my face. No one's seeing me, are they?
Do you have any tattoos you regret?
Actually, no. Even if I did regret one, it's still part of your life. There's a story to that ridiculous, no good, nothing, so why get rid of it?
Worst place besides the obvious?
Yeah, the worst place? I'd say side or solar plex.
All right, this is something new. Something new in Salt Lake City. I might be able to actually do this. This is Michelle, and this is Tiffany. How you doing?
Good.
Now, you look like one of the Who and Who'svilles right now. So what's going on?
I'm getting a tooth tattoo.
A tooth tattoo.
Temporary.
A temporary.
Temporary.
So how long will it last?
2 days. Yeah, 24 to 48 hours.
Is there anything that would take it off prior to, like ribs or?
Fingernails, chips, something that would get up underneath it and pop it off.
I could do this. Erin would not kill me if I did this.
You want one?
I'm a little frightened of the blue light, actually. But if I was going to make a choice in this whole place, this is where I'd be. All right? Yeah, I'm a wuss. I'm a wuss. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Wow.
You know what the interesting thing was? They actually had a contest where they took 5 artists and they put them on stage. Now, first of all, I'm hoping it's not timed.
Yeah, really. Speed tattooing does not seem like a wise choice.
Because you'd come up with something totally funky. But I think they do actually give them like an hour to produce a tattoo on some unwilling person out of the crowd.
I was amazed by that one cute girl who was getting a really, it was like on the inside of your arm where there's
Right.
all the sinew.
Right.
And she's just lounging there and she's like reading her phone. I would be screaming uncontrollably. It would take like 3 people to hold me down. And she's like, yeah, just checking my messages.
You saw the guy flinching, right?
Well, yeah, it hurts. You're sticking a needle into your body.
And so they said the most painful place is up under the ribs, like in here.
I believe that.
Your feet on the bone, on your feet, and the solar plexus, but I'm not sure where those are.
See, that's what your butt is for. The needle goes in like butter, just like that, like butter. I mean, it's easy. It doesn't hurt as much.
Can you
Why
imagine?
do you have to do the hard parts where it's excruciatingly uncomfortable?
So you can show it off, because if you show off the other tattoo, you'll be arrested.
You know, I guess I don't get the logic of inspiring pain. I've given birth. That's all I needed. I've had enough.
It just seems a lot. And then, of course, there's face tattoos, and those are interesting to look at.
Oh man, the one on the cheekbone.
You'll never work in a bank, ever.
Yeah, but who wants to work in a bank? And especially when you've got a cool tattoo.
I would like to now take you to Spain.
Okay.
No, I actually would like to take
I
you
would
to
love
Spain.
I'd love that too.
Southern coast is really good food. Anyway, there's a young boy there, and he is 10. And he did something last week that was interesting. Now, Zoe, our kid, 6, she likes to make hearts and make different stuff and crafts.
Yeah, she'll spend all the weekend doing crafts and stuff, and then she'll take like little presents to all the kids in her kindergarten class.
Which is so
And to her
sweet.
teachers, she always
Right.
has like little special paper envelopes that she's created. So I think that's an age where there's a natural generosity
Giving.
where you want to share with your
Which is
classmates
great.
and you want to do something nice for
Which
them.
is great. Well,
and that's
this-
really sweet.
This kid in Barcelona, basically...
Same thing? Make crafts?
Yeah. He went and actually found his grandmother's stash of money. Now, we're talking
Oh.
about, 10,000 pounds, which is about $1,200 and $200 and something.
$1,200 and $500.
Yeah, so he took that you can't
12,000.
quote- Yeah, don't quote us on this. And he basically took the money,
$12,000.
all large bills,
Yeah.
and he took them to school. And just like Zoe, he handed them out.
To his friends.
The teacher caught on when she saw these kids walking around.
She said, "There's no way that this kid's got a $100 bill." So
And lunch isn't that expensive.
no.
So
They said
what was
something now. It was like a little newsletter, the way you do with the PTA.
Here we go.
It was so sad.
It says, if your child has been given any money, please contact the school immediately so he can return it to the pupil's family.
We ask for your understanding. We'd really like to recover Grandma's life savings.
Well, at least they didn't offer a cash reward because they already have the cash. And now, like, you get a free kitten, right? For all those cats have been lost in the past, right? All right, so over the weekend, and all the psychics out there already know that we did the psychic
the Todd
fair.
and Erin Psychic Fair. Now, we
Right.
did it down in the Leonardo, which is an absolutely beautiful space. If you've never been there, the entire 3rd floor. It's just an incredible place to handle something like this. It looks out over the city, and I'm thinking it's going to be beautiful, a place of quiet and light and a sacred space. And we had all these lovely vendors, and as everything happens with Todd and Erin,
Spirals out of control.
wildly out of
Yeah.
control, and we had to shut the doors about 2 hours early because we were at capacity. So many apologies to those who didn't get in, but
Different psychics, though.
it's fun to watch this because you have over 25 psychics, and their approaches are all very unique. They're very different. They may read cards. They may read your palm. We had someone who read tea leaves.
Tarot cards.
But it's really cool to see how they respond. And then there was that cute lady Barbara. She was just like doing body work like crazy and
Right.
slapping and clearing their energy and waving her paws around. It was very fun to see. I really liked it.
Yeah. And so I think we can call it a success. I think the psychics knew it was going to be a success.
That must be it.
But I found out something else. The gang here, Richard, videography
I was
guy.
buried under that avalanche of people trying to get
has
them into the radio.
fabulous,
So
happy stuff coming up. She's got a lot of happy events coming up in her family life. She's got a really good momentum with her career. But Todd is a whole other story. He's got some issues. But that's okay. He goes through them really happily and joyfully because he doesn't really care.
you got a 10 of swords. I
Look
know what
at
that means.
Some people
But
were
you know,
really,
it was,
some people were really emotional.
and
too.
it is beautiful too, though, if you think about it, because it's a very emotional time. You're talking about things that are precious to you, or maybe asking about someone who's passed on, or finding out something about your children. So it's gorgeous to hear that. But it was fun because there were a lot of Kleenex being passed out around. But
There was.
we'll be doing this again in 3 months if you didn't get a chance to join us. But in terms of space, we'll have to go for something like the Salt
Absolutely.
Palace next time.
But the psychics should have known that, shouldn't they? So while I was down,
Such a dumb joke.
daylight savings time.
That was such a dumb joke.
I'm blaming it. We were down looking at the tattoo festival convention, whatever you
Like
call
I
it.
said, there was all these different festivals this weekend. And what did you stumbled on something else?
Next door, the Bicycle Association gathering of people in shiny black pants. And so they had all these different bikes and all these things. Some of these bikes are like $5,000.
Oh, the tiny light titanium ones? Oh,
Yeah. Imagine crashing on a bike like that. You wouldn't care about your broken leg. You'd be like, how's my bike?
Exactly.
So there was an award. There was an award as always.
Explain this.
I don't know what TIG is, but this guy won the TIG welding competition.
Okay.
The process we use to make titanium bicycle frames. And this year, again, 5 years in a row, I won the best TIG welded frame.
So he's the Tigster, I guess.
Tig-tastic.
Yeah.
He's Tigrific.
These are the people you're going to see in the mountains, and they're going to be going and running you over.
Yeah, and every time we hike on the Bonneville Shoreline Trail, you see a lot of mountain bikers, and they have those big, gigantic, fat tires now, and they go when they go on pavement because they've got those crazy, spiky kind of tires.
I saw one. I saw one that was electric. That's my speed. Electric, and it was only like $6,000. So.
The thing I liked is the one
and you
where
get absolutely no exercise, which is perfect.
Well, that seems like it's counterproductive,
Right.
honey. But it was interesting. They were doing like analysis of like your hip movement, like if your hips were centered, and they were like trying to change your body posture. So that I don't know. It was very complicated.
We should have a learning moment here. You know how they say that leggings aren't pants? Because when you bend over in leggings, they stretch, and you can actually see this vertical thing. I will add that bike shorts are not pants, because you're leaning over on your bike, and what you get if the shorts are a little older is you get the vertical again. Not the plumbers. The plumber's low. This is
vertical.
Yeah.
And then everything looks all shiny and whitish. I understand. Maybe we should just move on to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily newsroom. It's brought to you by Merit Medical. What are you waiting for? Ditch your fast food job and work for Merit Medical. You can, by the way, just go to meritmedical.com/employment in order to apply there. It's also brought to you by Robert J. DeBry. They've got offices in Sandy, also in Salt Lake City and down in St. George. If you need some help, all you have to do is go to robertdebry.com. And it's brought to you by Brent Brown Toyota. They will bend over backwards for you. Serving Utah County, you can go to brentbrowntoyota.com to see all the bright and shiny new vehicles. Daisy, what's going on right now?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's what's making news on GephardtDaily.com. The reward now stands at nearly $50,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons who tortured and killed a Clearfield family's pet cat last week. More than 150 people gathered Sunday to remember Sage, a 6-year-old house cat horribly maimed and left for dead in what vets are saying is one of the worst cases of animal abuse they've ever seen. The Humane Society of Northern Utah says it's now receiving reward fund donations from all around the world. If you'd like to chip in, follow the link on GephardtDaily.com. And police are still looking for 2 suspects who shot a man at a West Jordan apartment complex Sunday morning. The shooting took place at the Heartland Mountain View apartments just before 10 a.m. The victim, a 30-year-old male, was taken to Intermountain Medical Center in Murray with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators believe the shooting may be gang-related. And things got a bit messy yesterday at Applesauce Corner, a stretch of road where Interstate 84 splits from I-15 in Weber County. That's where a semi-truck loaded with French fries landed on its side Sunday afternoon, sending boxes of frozen spuds sprawling across the highway off-ramp. No one was injured in the crash, although the Highway Patrol says the entire load of fries was likely headed for the landfill. Thankfully, the tanker filled with fry sauce made it through okay, as far as we know. And now a quick look at weather. The temperature right now, 39 degrees in Salt Lake City. Highs expected in the low 60s today and mid-70s midweek. Todd and Erin, back to you.
So in the movies this weekend, the box office, tell me more about the movies we'll never see.
No, we're in the blockbuster season now. So Logan was last week, and this was Hugh Jackman, and this is X-Men, but like older X-Men, like where he's really kind of weathered, and he's protecting the professor, and they're kind of hiding on the Mexican border. And of course, mayhem ensues. But it was very well done.
And you know, a lot of movies, I read this, a lot of movies, they go way over the top with violence and stuff
The
like
wire
that.
work
And the
and-
wire work, and they flying through the air for no apparent reason. They said this was more down to earth and had more realism to it because it wasn't blown out of proportion so much.
Okay, got knocked out by Kong Skull Island over the weekend, which I'm very excited about. It was number one, 61 million here along in the U.S. Worldwide, it went up to 150 million. So I'm guessing that already
And this
assumes
is,
it's a blockbuster.
since I haven't seen it yet, about Kong.
Well, no, it has nothing to do with the monkey. I mean, no, the monkey's in there. This has to do with Tom Hiddleston, the internet boyfriend who I'm madly in love with. But this is the perfect date movie for us because it also has Brie Larson. Do you remember she won the Oscar for Room? And she's adorable. She plays a photographer in this. You really like her a lot.
Okay.
So it's one of those movies we could go both and feel okay with ourselves, and it would be fine that we were secretly lusting after someone on the screen because we were both doing it at the same time, right?
We watched Moana like 18 times.
Well, there was that.
I almost know the words.
Oh, by the way, this was interesting. Get Out. Now, this is the first independent movie to crack 100 million as fast as it
Get out!
did. And it's really eerie. It's a horror comedy where basically this African-American boyfriend is going home to meet his white girlfriend's parents. They're in Texas. It's all nice and warm until things aren't at all. And not even in the way you would expect.
You know
It's
the
super
movie,
creepy.
If you remember the movie Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Portier? This is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and this one should be called Guess Who Is for Dinner.
It was very,
Yeah.
Yeah, very similar. Okay, now that we've passed that image, let's move on to something far
Speaking
more
of
delicious.
eating,
Nothing Bundt Cakes. Now, look, if you haven't been into Nothing Bundt Cakes and met my girlfriend April, this is the time. 10389 South State Street in Sandy, and right across from Southtown Mall. Beautiful cake plates, all this cute, adorable swag, but the cakes. Oh, the glorious cakes. Now, they can decorate them for St. Patrick's Day. For Easter, you can take them for hostess gifts. If you're a smart monkey, you don't even bother to cook because they can do it for you. Look, the ham is going to be, enough work as it is. So go there, taste the chocolate chip, taste the cream cheese frosting. You will come out transformed. I know you will. Nothing Bundt Cakes.
this is rather disturbing.
How so?
Okay, well, the disturbing thing about this is there's a group of people who want to work 24 hours a day, like once. and
Probably
then
not
take a day
willingly,
off.
no.
It's doctors. It's medical doctors in training. So interns.
Well, you've seen interns and residents, though. They've had those
I've seen
36-hour rotations
I've seen scrubs.
where they expect them to stay up forever, and it's basically you're on a 36-hour rotation. You try to go pass out for a while unless something happens, and especially in the ER, I'm always taking a look at their pupils to see if they're expanded, like how much caffeine have you had. I want you to have more because I want you to pay attention. But they just changed the regulations, so I'm hoping this is a good move, right?
They used to do 17 hours a day.
That was the legal. That's what they said
17
it was.
hours a
yeah.
day, and there's a group lobbying to go 24, and the reason is they said they wanted to follow the patient through the process the whole way as from like, oh, you're here at the ER, or we're going to take care of you, and now you die. 24 hours.
That's
do you
inspiring.
know truck drivers can only drive for 10 hours?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could just check in after you've had a nice nap. Part of the problem is it's like every one of these old style things where I had to suffer, so I'm going to make sure you suffer. And it seems to me that the older doctors wouldn't want these residents and these interns suffering, but they kind of do. And that's part of the lobby is like, you need to go through the same misery we did.
Hey, coming up, we have a story.
Yes.
If prison is too crowded for you, there's something you can do. All right?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Right after this. Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com.
Welcome back to the morning stream on GephartDaily.com, and this is Tell Me Something Good.
You know, I've always dreamt of going to Scotland with you, and I kind of hoped that we could maybe like renew our vows on our 20th wedding anniversary in like one of the chapels of our castles, because I have the Fraser Castle and you have the MacLean of Duart.
Let me explain castle.
Maybe the 25th. Maybe the 25th
The
anniversary.
MacLean of Duart Castle is on the Atlantic side. It is totally wind-blown. The bushes do this. They stay like this.
They grow sideways.
There is no roof on it, and the reason the Scottish, a lot of people took the roofs off of the castles is they can't be taxed if they don't have a roof.
They were taxed by footage of the roof, and it was
Right.
funny. So that's why there's...
Because they're Scottish, right?
We're like that. We're cheap. And
All
it's
right,
logical.
so this is cool.
But
Free stay in Scotland.
I want to see this. I want
Okay.
to go there. Tell me.
So first of all, flying there is $1,200 about.
Yeah, it's expensive.
So that's
but
a lot, especially if you're, you know, kind of just touring the countryside on a bike or hiking and stuff. And then hotels are like expensive, but there are free places you can stay now.
Now explain this, because I don't fully understand what a boothie is.
A boothie is incredible little shack. There you go. That's not a shack.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a stone house.
Isn't that cool?
Now, you said these were like shepherds used to be here. There are more
Right.
like desolate, isolated areas
Yeah.
where you would be herding
Look
sheep.
at that. Wouldn't
and
you
it's-
stay there for free?
Oh my God, they're beautiful.
I know.
Yeah, totally.
So anyway, the organization, the MBA, which is Boothies, Mountain Boothies Association, and see, look at this sunny, right on the beach.
And they're on the coast. They're beautiful.
And it's free. They put doors back in and windows back in. Look, that one has chimneys, so it means it has a wood stove. The only problem with that shot right there, with the sun shining and the blue skies, or this one, is the fact that the photographer had to stay indoors for 3 days because the weather was so bad.
You know, we're proud of that in Scotland. Sunshine really doesn't happen a lot, but it's awesome. It's awesomely beautiful.
Wouldn't that be cool?
And they're free.
And they're free.
So you just go in, you sign up, and then maybe you're biking or you're touring, and then you get to spend the night there.
And there's a tradition, if you go and stay in one, that you leave something. Have these in Alaska too, so people don't die. And
That's
if you
good.
go into these places, there's cut wood, there's food, there's some canned food and stuff. And anything you have with you, if you leave something for the next person.
I think that's a really nice idea. Maybe you've got some extra candles or something else, or maybe you cut more wood. I love that concept.
Prison.
Does that mean we can go to Scotland now?
No, you need $1,200 a piece.
All right, let's move on to prison.
Are you afraid of prison? It's too rough for you. It's too crowded. Perhaps the quiche isn't good. These are the kind of things you have to consider. And this is traditionally what we know prison looks like.
Yeah.
And the open toilet, which is always a, hi, Bob, how you doing?
Yeah, hygiene is, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about the
Wow.
intestinal flu. So there is a way to actually upgrade for prison, and this is for certain people who have done certain crimes.
You can do an upgrade in prison.
Yeah. Now, it's a private company, and this is in California. They're starting to build them everywhere. You can actually, for $120 a day, you can actually go and stay at this upgraded prison.
I'm guessing these are the white-collar criminals that stole all your retirement money, but they now have enough to be paying
not
$120 a day.
But it actually comes with flat screen TVs. You can wear your own clothes.
Are you kidding?
The food is better.
I can imagine.
And this is for people who stay like 2 years. 2 years is would cost you a bundle. But this is what I was thinking. I was thinking flat screen TVs, computers, tennis court, exercise room.
Oh, heaven, we wouldn't want to miss out on any of that cardio.
And
That's
better
great.
food.
And it's $120 extra a day, and then you
Now
can
think
upgrade.
about that. $126, right?
Wow.
Motel 6 is $56. So they should convert a Motel 6 into a prison. And Holiday Inn's like $117.
So it's about $2,900 a month, and so if you go to 12, that's 29,000. So it's about $32,000 extra a year.
Well, for your sentence.
Yeah, I actually would probably sell my kidney for an extra $32,000 for the upgrade. I got to be honest with
Well,
you.
I couldn't bail you out because you need the money for the stay. All right, I want everyone to think about the most elaborate and romantic wedding proposal you can think of.
Bruce and Celia's was good. He actually sent her the note, and he had this whole princess outfit laid out for her, and he put her on this windswept knoll, and then he came riding up in armor. Tell me where you rent armor in this day and age. On a white horse.
Clang, clang,
And he
clang.
proposed. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's armor.
So
and
a
he
white
proposed.
horse.
It was pretty awesome.
That's over the top. You know, you hear
That
people
was pretty epic.
On the beaches of Hawaii where he kneels down and proposes to the woman he loves. Helicopters, we know that. So you got the headphones on, and it's like, would you marry me? You know.
Maybe on the
No.
Jumbotron down at the Delta Center.
Right.
Always
Right.
a little scary because if they say no, it's on the Jumbotron.
Look what this guy did.
Oh my gosh.
This is
Where
in
is this?
Alaska, I believe, and he is sitting there and proposing to his bride-to-be.
In front of the Northern
So-
Lights on, I believe that is a lake, right? An
Yes, he's on
icy
a
lake.
frozen,
Oh
right?
my gosh, that's so beautiful.
So
oh,
there's going to be a lot of single people out there because you can't top that.
there's no way. That is the most exquisite thing I've
He
ever
was going to
seen.
do it in Hawaii, then he was going to do it at the Grand Canyon.
No,
and this
that's
is what
too
he ended
perfect.
up with. And
No, that's
you know,
too perfect. That
it's
was
over.
incredible.
It's over.
Thank God we're already married because I don't think you could have topped that one as a proposal.
Summer is on its way, and what could be better than going to Cape Cod,
I know.
Nantucket?
Todd's family was
Oh.
raised around there, so you used to go there when you were a little kid.
I used to spend my time out there in the Cape and swimming and
All the
having
big
fun.
sand dunes
Yeah,
and-
but there's an issue now.
A little bit of a chink.
Take a look at this.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, there's white sharks again.
How many have they spotted?
Well, one is bad.
No, but I remember that they've had this twice before, but there's that feeding thing that goes
Yeah.
up and down the coast there,
Look.
and they're not.
Who needs a bigger boat?
Okay. Oh, now I'm freaking out.
That person needs a bigger boat.
And they are unwilling to leave. And see, the thing with the Cape there is that the decline is very shallow. You could actually be out as far as that shark and be like waist
knee deep.
knee deep and
Yeah.
and wetting yourself at the same time.
What movie does this
Whatever
remind
happened
you
in
of?
Nantucket with great whites.
Wait a minute. My parents had me swim out all the time.
Well, there were 3 of you.
Yeah, but I was the only one that made it swim. All right. Hope you have a great day. 70 is going to be your high today. Go wash your car. Enjoy the outdoors.
And don't forget, if you missed anything today on the daily stream, you can go every single day to GephardtDaily.com. Everything is there, day or night.
On demand.
We're like Netflix. Big
Except
treat
not
here.
as entertaining.
No.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow. The Todd and Erin morning stream on GephartDaily.com.